Today I am giving you guys what so many of you have asked for, and I have finally done a bumper bang tutorial. So it's a little bit more traditional than some of my styles usually are, but I hope you like it and I hope it's something different, and it was fun to do. So let's get started. Okay, so to start with, I've sectioned my hair and I just use the end of this rat comb, and then I just sectioned out the pieces, and then you're just going to want to brush them to make them smooth so the top layer of this roll is really smooth. And then I'm actually going to use a little bit of this Pureology. It's kind of like a wax. It's a texturizer, and I'm just going to put some on the top of my hair so that when I roll it over the rat, it stays really smooth. So now you're going to take this, which is a hair rat, and then they make them in all different hair colors. They make them in black, brunette, and blonde. And I just use the brunette one because it mostly hides under my hair, but you want to get the one that matches your hair the closest, because if it does peek out underneath, you don't want to have like black hair with a blonde rat, because you'll be able to see that there's something stuffed inside of there. And then these things are kind of cool. Let's pin this up. These things are kind of cool because they actually have snaps at the end, like kind of like snaps that you would have on a shirt. So it snaps together into a ring. So you can do all kinds of different hairstyles with these, but they're the best for your bumper bangs. And also make sure that you get the long one and not the short one. This is the short one, and if you use this, it's not going to be long enough to create the whole bang, so this is the longer version. So basically, you just comb your hair and then take this rat, and then because I have bangs underneath here, I'm actually going to start rolling here instead of at the very bottom, because if I start at the very bottom, my bangs will kind of fall out of this whole contraption. So you just wind your bangs around it, and you want them to be actually super tight because you'll loosen them once you get it rolled up. And then once you get here, just twist it so everything twists around it. Now you're just going to take it up like this, and you're going to set it against where your hair is naturally parted so that that's where your bangs will sit. And then you take just normal bobby pins. If your hair isn't super thick, you can use the bigger bobby pins because they'll anchor into your hair better. My hair is pretty thick and also pretty fried from coloring it, so my hair anchors pretty well. And then you're just going to stick them down into the rat and make sure that you get them anchored into your hair also. And just put as many in there as you need to really give it a good anchor. But also be sure that they are hidden.
Oh, I must I be confused.
With this hairstyle, to start tight and loosen it than to start loose, because if you start loose, it'll just kind of like sink down into your face, and that's not cute. So now you're going to take your hair and just spread it out over the rat to cover it. Okay, so now your bumper bangs are set in place, and if you want, you can pin them down a little bit, but I'm actually going to do the curling first, and then I'm going to do the final setting on them. So with this look, I'm going to do just like a normal basic down curled look. So I'm just going to start with I'm actually going to do a 1/2 inch curling iron with this one because I want it to be more authentic vintage. A lot of the time I'll use a 1 inch curling iron, and I do that I don't know, in interest of time, and also because a lot of the pinup styles that I do are more modern, but this one is a little bit more authentic, so I want the curls to be tighter.
I got this feeling that she's the one. I got this feeling.
And then once the curl comes out, just like with all the other curls that I do, you're just gonna roll it up tight and then use one of these pin curl clips and just clip it against your head. And you're gonna do that around your entire head and just make sure that all the curls are about the same size. Curling is done. Make sure that your hair cools down all the way, about 15 minutes. You can do your makeup while it cools or whatever you need to do, just make sure that it cools all the way.
And she's the one.
So once your hair is all out of the pins, just run your fingers through to separate your curls.
I got this feeling that she's the one.
And then I'm going to take this scarf and just wind it really tight and put it around your hair. Now sometimes what I do is I pin back each side when I tie, so that your hair stays smooth on the front side of your scarf. And just tie carefully so you don't disturb your bangs. And then I like to tie it in a bow. It's kind of like a, I don't know, Lucille ball style. You can tie it with loose ends if you like. It just depends on your own personal style. And then take those pins out. Now I like to actually anchor this because I feel like it kind of slides on my head because it's a nylon scarf. So I'm going to anchor it right at the top of my ears so that the bobby pins are hidden. The key to vintage hair is anything that you use to anchor or hold things in place needs to be hidden. Because you want to create the illusion that your hair is just kind of naturally, well obviously it's not naturally this way, but that's kind of the illusion you want to create. Like with my bangs, it's the illusion that that's all my hair, but really it's a rat in there. So now I'm going to take my paddle brush, and some of you have asked if you use a tighter curling iron or if you use pin curls, your hair will have a tighter curl. And people have asked if maybe they should use a larger barrel curling iron. My advice is to not use a larger barrel curling iron. It's actually better to use a smaller curling iron because the smaller it is, the longer your curl is going to stay and the more resilient your curl is going to be. If you use a bigger curling iron, at first when you brush it out, it'll probably be perfect, but once those curls relax, it's gonna your style is gonna fall out. So my best advice is if it feels like the curl is too tight, just keep brushing. And that'll relax the curl a little bit. And I'm just gonna take my paddle brush, and I'm just gonna brush the curl out a little bit and just make sure that all my curls are kind of uniform and together.
I got this feeling that she's the one. I got this feeling, I hope it's not wrong.
Okay, so this is my first bumper bang hair tutorial, and I'm actually going to do a couple of offshoots of this style with just the same basic bangs and different things going on in the back, because I know that there's a lot of things that you can do with this style, but in the interest of keeping my video under 800 minutes, I'm going to split it into sections, and then that way if you guys want to watch it back, it's easier to find the section that you want. So I hope that you guys like this, and if you guys have any tips or tricks to share, please do at the bottom. I know a lot of you read through my comments and you kind of talk with each other, which I think is super awesome, and I also have learned a lot of stuff from you guys too. So I hope you liked it, and please be sure to watch my other bumper bang videos and my other vintage videos. Thanks guys.
I got this feeling that she's the